After 906 days in custody, Young Thug is free.
Young Thug is finally out with strict conditions. Do you think is this the fresh start he needs?
It is the longest running criminal trial in Georgia history.
I'm going away, I've learned from my mistakes, pumping nothing, and I made something. I didn't take full advantage of it. I'm sorry.
Jeffrey Lamar Williams Jr., known professionally as Young Thug, is an American rapper whose unique style, fashion sense, and voice have reshaped hip-hop. Born on August 16, 1991, Young Thug first gained recognition in Atlanta's vibrant music scene in 2011 with a series of mixtapes titled I Came From Nothing. His breakthrough came when he signed with Gucci Mane's 11017 Records, releasing 1017 Thug in 2013, a mixtape that showcased his innovative sound and unconventional approach to hip-hop. Fans quickly gravitated to his eccentric style and genre-bending music, propelling him to prominence as a modern hip-hop and trap icon. But beyond the spotlight, Young Thug's life would take a darker turn. In May 2022, his ascent to stardom came to a screeching halt when he faced one of the biggest challenges of his life, a high-profile arrest that led to charges of criminal activities associated with gang involvement. The rapper's arrest shocked fans and stirred intense media coverage, exposing a different side to the artist's life. On May 9th, 2022, Young Thug was arrested at his Atlanta home in connection with a 56-count grand jury indictment that accused him and other members of his Young Stoner Life YSL label of participating in street gang activities. The charges range from drug possession to murder conspiracy, with the prosecution alleging that YSL operated not just as a music label, but as a criminal organization deeply entrenched in illegal activities. The indictment fell under the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations RICO Act, a powerful legal tool that allows prosecutors to charge multiple individuals associated with alleged criminal organizations. The RICO Act charges leveled against Young Thug claim that he played a central role in organizing and financing criminal activities, including violent acts and narcotics distribution, within YSL. RICO cases are notoriously difficult to fight because they target not only direct criminal acts, but also organizational connections that allegedly encourage or enable those activities. In Young Thug's case, the charges allege that he used his influence within YSL to promote and further criminal conduct, complicating his legal defense.
Question. Do you want a real nigga that's a fuck up? Or do you want a fuck nigga that don't fuck up?
Young Thug's legal troubles did not emerge in isolation. Prosecutors alleged a litany of crimes dating back years, with claims of YSL's involvement in violence, theft, and narcotics. Authorities stated that YSL members were responsible for multiple shootings and assaults in Atlanta, tying Young Thug to these events as a supposed leader of the group. Prosecutors further argued that YSL served as a front for the gang, allowing its members to carry out illegal activities under the guise of a record label. The evidence presented against Young Thug included text messages, social media posts, and rap lyrics that the prosecution argued were coded references to criminal acts. In one instance, the prosecution cited lyrics from his songs, claiming they were admissions or celebrations of violent activities, sparking debates about whether song lyrics should be admissible as evidence. The controversial use of Young Thug's lyrics in the courtroom brought attention to broader issues of artistic expression and the criminalization of rap music. Young Thug's legal team argued that he was not involved in any criminal activities, asserting that YSL was purely a record label, not a gang. They contended that he was an artist who used provocative lyrics as a form of self-expression, not as a literal recounting of real-life crimes. Young Thug's court appearances became a media spectacle, with fans and journalists flocking to cover every update. The case not only captured the attention of hip-hop enthusiasts, but also sparked discussions about the RICO Act, the legal system, and the limitations of artistic expression. His defense team argued that the prosecution lacked concrete evidence linking him to the alleged criminal acts. They contended that the charges were largely circumstantial, relying heavily on association rather than direct involvement. The defense emphasized that Young Thug's contributions to YSL were as a label head and entrepreneur, not as a gang leader. However, the prosecution argued that Thug's position within YSL gave him authority over the group's operations, whether legal or otherwise. Testimonies from law enforcement officials alleged that Young Thug's financial support enabled certain members to engage in criminal activities, with a portion of YSL's profits supposedly going toward the acquisition of weapons and other illegal supplies. As the case continued, the prosecution added more charges, including additional allegations of drug possession and firearm violations. This escalation created immense pressure on Young Thug's legal team to negotiate a favorable outcome and highlighted the complex and often unpredictable nature of RICO cases.
Okay, breaking news. After 2 years in jail today, Young Thug is actually free. And I know that's hard for some of you to believe, because as soon as he dropped that truly humble under God claim, I think we all thought bro was cooked for sure. But no, his lawyer, Brian Steele, he pulled off one of the most goated trust me moments in history.
In early 2023, after months of legal wrangling, the case took an unexpected turn. Young Thug's legal team reached a deal with the prosecution that resulted in a partial dismissal of some charges. While specific details of the deal remained private, it ultimately allowed Young Thug to secure his release on bond after spending nearly a year in custody. His release was celebrated by fans and fellow artists who saw it as a victory not only for him, but for creative freedom in the hip-hop industry. Following his release, Young Thug returned to social media, thanking his supporters and hinting at a possible new chapter in his music career.
Hey man, what you got to tell these people?
Back.
You feel me?
You did.
Hey man, ain't no motherfucker, ain't no cap in it.
No cap in my rap.
You feel what I'm saying?
The right way.
It's time.
The right way, bro.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right way.
Yeah, that way.
Yeah.
And go tell that.
The rapper, who once seemed on the brink of a devastating downfall, found himself with a second chance. Yet, the specter of his arrest continues to linger. Although free, he faces ongoing challenges in repairing his public image, and his case has left an indelible mark on his career. Young Thug's story speaks to the thin line between art and reality, raising questions about the criminalization of creative expression and the intersection of fame, power, and accountability. For Young Thug, his journey through the legal system may ultimately redefine his life and career, giving him new inspiration to create, even as he wrestles with the consequences of his past. Young Thug's legal saga has highlighted the intense scrutiny that high-profile artists face, as well as the challenges of balancing a public persona with personal actions. He remains a controversial figure whose influence on music and culture is undeniable. While his arrest and release may have complicated his legacy, Young Thug's resilience hints that his story and his career are far from over.